What's going on, guys? It's Jordan back today with today's first video. And in today's first video, we're going to take a look at Zilliqa and see what it's doing on the daily chart. As you guys can see right here on the screen right now, we're going to take a look at the 4 hour. We're going to take a look at the weekly to see if we can find any clues on what's going to happen for Zilliqa coming up next. Now, first, guys, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys smack the subscribe button down below only if you enjoyed today's content. And also, guys, go check out my Twitter. Link is in the description. It's also at Jordan C Crypto. Let's see if we can get up over 600 followers on today. On today, right? So let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight on into the daily chart here for Zilliqa. And as you guys know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, we've been talking about this rising wedge that Zilliqa has been in all the way since August of 2020, right? So literally already like a 7-month rising wedge. When this thing breaks, it's going to be absolutely insane. But you can see all the way through this rising wedge, we keep forming bull flags and on the daily chart, right? And you can see right now, we're at that bull flag. We're also at a critical level where we're right at that support line that we don't want to break for Zil. Because if we break this yellow line to the downside, we could be, obviously breaking down from this giant rising wedge. And the bottom target for that would be your bottom touch on the wedge, which would put you all the way back down at 1.7 cents. Now, I don't think that's going to happen, right? 100% don't think that's going to happen, but we have to. We'll have to look at the technicals, right? So, guys, you can see these two red lines here forming this bull flag on the daily, just like it did right here, and just like it did back here in August and January. So, what are we going to do? Well, let's see. We have a couple clues of what's going on. So I think it's confirmed that we are in a bull flag. Like look at the volume profile from back here in December, right? I mean, he had continuous declining volume, right? Until you finally got that breakout on the volume and you get the breakout in the price action. You're doing the same thing right now, right? The continuous declining volume here, and you're continuing to the upside here. As the volume is continuing down. So can you get that breakout on the volume and on the price action? Well, I think you can. Then not only are we riding up this yellow line on the bottom of the wedge, right? You can also see we have our 50-day moving average and our 20-day moving average that were critical in our last consolidation period as well. So you can see right here, when we broke that 20-day moving average, we came all the way back down to the 50-day moving average once, right, twice, and then 3 times. And when we hit that 3rd time, it was also hitting the bottom of the wedge, and that's what kind of propelled us up to the upside here and a breakout on the volume as well. You can see what we're doing right now, right? We did the same thing. Every time we break this 20-day moving average, we come back down to the orange line, which is the 50-day moving average, once and twice, and we're waiting for that to continue up, but I don't think it will. We might get a quick wick down here, right, and then close back above the line. So that's certainly possible. We could wick all the way back down to right around 10 cents. That's certainly possible because that's where our 50-day moving average is. Sorry, but if it's anything like this last time, what we're going to do here is we're going to stay, crawling up here until we're going to get squeezed. But if you zoom in here, we're going to get squeezed in between this 20-day moving average and this trend line. So we're going to get squeezed in here, and it's going to have to break to the upside or to the downside very, very soon because you only have 1 or 2 daily candles left in here. You can see that's what happened last time, right? You were getting squeezed at the bottom of your wedge and between your 20-day moving average, and you're getting squeezed, and eventually you had to decide, and it decided to go to the upside. Okay, so that's pretty much the same thing that happened down here too. If we zoom in, right down here in the bottom left, guys, you can see you're getting squeezed between that trend line and your EMAs, and eventually you had to choose a side, and you choose the upside. So that's what we're looking at for the 20-day, for really the daily chart. You can see also that the decline in volume came in here for this bull flag as well, and then obviously you got your volume breakout. Eventually, after that. So declining volume equals we're in a consolidation period. Now that we have a daily chart, let's look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour could tell us which direction that we're going pretty soon, right? You can see we're getting a dip right now, and we're now below our 104 hour EMA, which when we get back tested that, we usually come back down. This is usually big resistance here. If we get back above that flips me short-term bullish. As long as we're below it, we're probably short-term bearish. You can see our perfect touches 1, 2, 3 on the upside, and 1, 2, 3. Well, we're coming back down right now to retest the support there. All right, our measure move to the upside on this symmetrical triangle, guys, would put us, I'll give you guys a price target here for ZIL, right? And then all this TA is assuming that Bitcoin is going to continue to the upside. If Bitcoin takes a major dump, we're going to see the altcoins dump as well. Just a disclaimer, guys. But you know, our upwards target here is about 18 cents for ZIL in the short term if that breaks up the upside. That kind of correlates with, let's see where that correlates us with here. So 18 cents would put us somewhere in this range, if we went straight up right now. So I mean, it could be a back test of the top of the wedge if we break to the upside here on the 4-hour symmetrical triangle. But also, guys, you can see the volume profile is declining on the 4-hour as well. So, you know, a break is coming soon. This volume is getting super, super low. You know, we did the same thing kind of in this symmetrical triangle back here, guys. And then once we got that volume breakout, that's when we really pumped to the upside. But we did the same thing back here. We got 1 touch, 2 touches, 3 touches on the bottom, and then we continued up, right? So far we got 1 touch, 2 touches. So will this be the 3rd touch that continues up to the upside, just like it did down here in this symmetrical triangle that we were in before our move up? Well, first we have to get back above that 104-hour EMA, and once we do, right, you can see we broke back above it, came back down, retested it as support, and then continued up. So we'll see if we can get back above that after we retest the bottom of the symmetrical triangle right here, guys. But yeah, that's the 4-hour, right? I mean, this is super critical. It's going to show us what we're going to do in the short term. If we dip down below, right, my downwards target, I don't think we go lower than about 9.2 cents personally. That's our local top from back here in the end of December, and our local bottom here from our most recent giant dump. So, guys, this is looking good to me. We'll see which way it decides to go. If you are trading this, you probably want to trade the breakout here. Also, make sure you're watching what Bitcoin does, you know, in the short term. All right. So on the weekly chart, let's see what we have in the weekly. Well, you can see we have our bull market support bands here that are moving up pretty fast. So right now, our 20-week moving average is at about 7.2 cents, and our 30-week moving average is about 5.9 or about 6. So these are moving up pretty fast. We're really relatively close to our 20-day moving average, which is good to see. You want to see that catch up. But you can see in a bull market, right, how you either get support on the 20 or the 30 moving averages. And in the bear market, you can see how perfectly this plays out too. You get resistance on the 20 and 30 band as well until you break back above it. So you can see how important those are when determining your long-term bullish, long-term bearish. I'm gonna rename bullish and you know, until we break below the 30-week moving average, which is the blue line. We're still in a bullish trend. Once we break that, we might be short long-term bearish, guys. Also, we have our bullish divergence going on the weekly time frame for ZIL. You can see, you know, if we can continue to get a bounce here, right? If we continue to get a bounce, we have lower lows on the RSI. We have higher lows in the price action. Okay, so that's going to give us, you know, weekly bullish divergence, which should push us back to the upside, guys. That's exactly what you want to see. You know, when a coin is on the weekly chart making bullish divergence, that is extremely strong indicator, which should eventually push us up to the upside. Now let's look at our supports. Well, our last dip was perfect, guys. I mean, let me get rid of some of these circles here so you guys can see a little better. Our last dip was perfect, right? All we did was come back down, right? We pumped up, we came back down to retest our old resistance as new support, which is very, very short-term bullish, all right? And we're also our resistance back here. So that's a critical area that we have now confirmed as support, at least right now. And, you know, we wicked right at the top. We wicked right to our top here and our relative top here. We didn't come all the way up to the candle bodies, but still the relative all-time high was our last top. So what's going on here, guys? Like, what is going to happen next? Well, it's very possible that we could probably go sideways here for the next couple weeks and let this 20-week moving average catch up to us, right? I would actually like to see that. Let the 20 and 30-week moving averages catch up, right? Retest, if not just the 20 and the 30 as support and then continue up. I think a nice cool down, at least in the altcoin market, is definitely needed to let some of these moving averages catch up to us even more, because we really haven't came back down and back tested these moving averages since November of 2020. So that is due to happen very, very soon. All right, guys, so that's what we're looking at for ZIL. Make sure we're watching the symmetrical triangle, either break out to the upside, which give us a target of 18 cents, or a downside target of about 9.2 cents. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, I'm going to be uploading a second video coming up shortly after this one. Also going to be doing a awesome live stream tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some drinks. We're going to do a couple spinners, right? You guys can, tell me to drink if something goes down, up, whatever. We're going to have a bunch of different crazy activities going on in tonight's stream. So I'm really, really excited for that. Also, guys, like I said, go follow me on Twitter. Let's try to hit 600 followers today. I think we'd easily do that with the amount of people that are probably watching this video. 600 followers, hit that like button. I'll see you guys in the second video coming up and the live stream later tonight if you guys don't watch that. All right, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.